What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to start off on our 300 build with installing the wiring harness. Now we're going to get everything laid out, all of the connections that we can make today connected, everything zip tied in place, tucked where it's supposed to be. We're also going to install our airbox to make sure that everything fits properly. The wiring harness is routed, the airbox will fit. And then on top of that, we're going to put our switches on so we can route all of our wiring for the switches. Like I said, we're going to try and get everything plugged in today except for the lighting. I hope you guys enjoy the episode, and I hope you're ready to get to work because I'm ready to work today. So let's go. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Wreck Bike Rebuild Garage. Today we are back on our Street Fighter build. We're going to be starting with getting this gross electronics tray back out so we can clean it up before we start attaching electronics to it. We'll get it cleaned up, put it back in the bike, and then we're going to start laying the harness in. So let's get started removing this thing, get it all nice and clean so we don't have gross parts in our nice fresh build here. So we'll get started with that one. Okay, so wiring harness is in. The next step is we're going to reassemble the airbox and install it back onto the machine, hook it up to the throttle body, get all of the bolts in it. I don't have an air filter for it because we weren't sure whether we were going to use the airbox or not. So I'll go back in and put an air filter in once we get it. But let's get everything installed, lined up, tightened down, and routed. And we can move from there. You ready? Airbox. All right, guys, so I got a little carried away with myself and continued on before giving you a heads up as to where we were at. I got the wiring harness laid in, strapped down, plugged into all the stuff that we have ready to plug it into. I've been thinking about this for a long time, back and forth about the airbox. Now, I know you guys can see this sitting in here right now. I really wanted to nix the airbox and just run a high-flow cone-shaped K&N or aftermarket gauze air filter, and then I came across the thought of how are we going to make this thing run right. To get rid of the airbox and open the passageway to air that much is going to be difficult to tune. Even for somebody that has the right equipment, the right machine, I think this thing may not run great without the airbox on it. So in the spirit of giving the bikes away to people that actually want to ride them, to make sure that this thing is going to ride smoothly as we could possibly make it, I decided to reinstall the airbox to make the engine happy. So airbox is in. There is no air filter right now because we hadn't planned on putting this back on. We hadn't planned on not putting it back on either, so we didn't get a cone filter or an air filter for this thing. So right now there's no air filter inside the airbox. But throttle body is on, wiring harness is installed. I have everything mounted where it is supposed to go. It's looking very nice right now. I'm happy the way everything is going together. Next thing is we're going to hook the handlebar switches up so we can control our lighting once we put it on. So we're going to drill the handlebars, put the switch housings on, route the wirings, plug everything in, get it zip tied in place, finish it off as best as we can, and again, one step closer to getting her done. You ready? Let's get the switches on here. All right, everyone, so I think we're going to wrap for the day. So far, we have installed the wiring harness. I have a tester battery in here so we can work on the lighting on the next episode. We have the Airbox installed. There is no air filter in here currently, but like I said earlier, I just wanted to make sure that everything fit. Everything was routed properly, and pretty happy about that. We have installed both switch housings. We got the wires run through, plugged in. Everything is plugged in except for gauge cluster. And this is the lighting wiring harness, and then the lighting wiring harness in the rear. We don't have any of that stuff on our bike yet, so we can't plug any of that stuff in. But I think we're gonna call it for the day. We've done quite a bit of stuff on this thing today, and I'm tired. It's time to go home. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and you enjoy the motorcycle content that we produce. Please, if you like this style of content, first link down below is our Patreon page. If it wasn't for Patreon, we would not be able to do this show for you guys, as well as if you like this type of motorcycle content and you wish to support the channel for as little as $5 a month, you could possibly win this machine or the next one we're gonna build. So visit Patreon, and for all you YouTube people, like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode. Outro crew, I'm sorry, but I decided to do the Airbox. I know I asked you guys previously Airbox or pod filter, and I went with the Airbox for my ease of use, and I apologize to you guys for that. But that being said, are you guys okay with that? Could you live with owning this bike with a regular Airbox on it, or do you think it absolutely has to have a pod filter? So I would like to ride it. So I'm going to put an air filter on it, but let us know what you guys think. Don't forget to put OC in your comments so we know that you are our outro crew people. Make it to the end of the video. We love you long time. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next episode.